Assalamu alaikum dear students, this is International Islamic University, Islamabad Schools, Sahiwal campus. Science grade 6, lecture number 2, lesson number 13, electric current and circuits. Students, bring your science book, open it and write date and day properly. Listen to your teacher attentively and mark all the important points said by the teacher on your book. Electric bulb. The topic that we are going to discuss is electric bulb. The smallest device that uses electricity to provide us light is called an electric bulb. So this is basically the device that can provide us light by the use of electricity. So this device is known as electric bulb. The torch bulb has the following components. Glass chamber that is evacuated. So an electric bulb or a torch bulb have glass chamber that is evacuated. The glass chamber is evacuated, which means that it has a vacuum inside. So if the glass chamber has evacuated or has a vacuum inside it, so it means that a vacuum is a space that has no air or gas in it. So it means that glass chamber has no type of gas or air in it. So we can say that it is evacuated. The second one is fine tungsten wires that are supported by two thick wires is known as filament. So inside the bulb there is a fine tungsten wire. Tungsten is metal that is used to make a wire that is supported by two thick wires, and this thin tungsten wire is called as a filament. So the thin tungsten wire that is basically supported by two other thick wires is known as a filament, and it is the filament in the bulb which glows when there is a flow of current through it and it gives off light. So when there is a flow of electricity in the circuit, so this filament, this thin tungsten wire filament will glow and give us light. Metallic base bulb called the holder. So there is a holder or the metallic base at the base of the bulb that is known as a holder. This is used to fix the bulb at a given place in the torch. Wherever the bulb has to place, we can use this metallic holder to place and fix this type of bulb. So you can have a picture of a structure of an electric bulb, that is basically a torch bulb, on the page number 134 of your textbook. This shows a blown up glass, that is a glass chamber basically, that is evacuated, a filament that is made up of tungsten and two supporting wires. At the base there is a metallic base holder, and at the last is the terminal that is fixed into a torch to glow and to complete the circuit of an electric current. Out of two supporting wires, one is internally connected to the metallic case, that is holder of the bulb, and the second wire is connected to the metallic tip at the base of the bulb. So both the wires are connected internally. The first one is on the metallic case, holder of the bulb, and the second is connected on the metallic tip at the base of the bulb basically. So the metallic case and the metallic tip both act as the two terminals of the bulb. Note that these two terminals are fixed in such a way that they never touch each other. So the first wire is connected to the metallic tip and the second one is connected to the metallic base. So both the wires does not touch each other, so they form a complete flow of current, and this path that provide a complete flow of current is known as electric circuit. So out of the two supporting wires, one is internally connected to the metallic case holder of the bulb and the second one is connected to the metallic tip, and both are connected at the different places. If both are connected at the same place, then there is no flow of current or the electricity. You can have a picture of a bulb that have a tungsten filament, a blown up glass, and having evacuated and inert gas is filled. So glass mount is placed over here, a screw thread contact that is basically a metallic base or the holder, and an insulation inside it that prevent the current to pass through our bodies, and the electric foot that contact in the torch to allow the current to flow through it. So now you can have an example of a household bulb and the second type of the bulb that is used in a torch. The household bulb also has a similar structure. However, the filament of this type of a bulb is a fine coil of thin tungsten wire as shown in the photograph on the page number 134. So the filament of a bulb is kept in a vacuum because otherwise the metal wires would simply burn at the high temperature. So if the blown up glass or the chamber of the glass is not evacuated, then the wire that are made up of thin tungsten wire, these will burn at high temperature when switched on the bulb. So if air were to be present in the bulb, then the bulb will fuse and it is out of use. Torch bulb connected to an electric battery. Now we can have example of a torch bulb that is connected into an electric battery, and we have the ways how the bulb is connected in a battery. To make the torch bulb glow, we have to connect a battery in between the two terminals of the bulb that are basically known as the positive and the negative terminal, on which the supporting wires are connected one by one. So to connect a bulb to a battery, we have to use connecting wires. So these connecting wires that are used to connect a bulb in a battery form a complete circuit. Connecting wires are made up of aluminium or copper. These are two metals and have a protective coating of plastic material. So the connecting wire are basically made up of aluminium or copper and have a plastic covering that act as an insulator. There are four possible ways in which it can be done as in a circuit. So the connecting wires that are made up of aluminium or copper and have a protective coating of plastic material that act as an insulator can be used to connect a torch bulb into a battery. Now you can have a picture on the page number 135 that is connecting torch bulb to a battery, in which a connecting wires with plastic coating are used to combine with each other. So two wires are connected to the cells at the positive and the negative terminal, and the two wires are connected at the base, metallic base of the bulb and the metallic tip of the bulb, and both the wires are connected with each other. So the positive terminal is connected to the metallic tip of the bulb and the negative terminal is connected to the metallic base wire of the bulb, and these wires should be naked from their tips so that these can be connected with each other. So they provide a connection of a torch bulb to a battery, and if the wires are connected in proper position and the flow of current is in proper direction from positive terminal to the negative terminal, then the bulb will glow and this will show a complete electric circuit. A torch bulb has two terminals and a battery has two terminals too. So we can say that there are four ways in which the bulb can be placed in an electric circuit. So both terminals of the battery are connected to the holder of the bulb. So if both the terminals of the battery are connected to the holder of the bulb as shown in circuit A on the page number 135. So you can see that if both the terminals of the battery are connected to the holder of the bulb, so there is no flow of current as there is an incomplete circuit, and both the terminals and both the wires are connected to the same terminal. So there is no flow of current. The second one is both terminals of the battery are connected to the base terminal of the bulb. So if both terminals of the battery are connected to the base terminal of the bulb, say in the circuit B on the page number 135, so you can see that both the terminals of the wires of an electric current having positive and negative terminals are connected to the base of terminal of the bulb. So whether we connect both the terminals on the metallic tip or on the metallic base of the bulb or the holder of the bulb, there is no flow of current as it does not provide a complete transfer of electrons from positive terminal to the negative terminal. So there is no flow of current and no bulb will be glown. Now you can have a complete circuit having a connecting torch bulb to a battery that has a complete flow of current. A battery or an electric cell is connected with a connecting wire, one from the positive end and the other from the negative end, and the positive terminal is connected to the metallic tip of the bulb and the negative terminal is connected to the metallic base of the bulb. So this bulb will glow. The third point is that the positive terminal of a battery is connected to the holder and the negative terminal is connected to the base terminal of the bulb, as in the circuit C on the page number 135. So you can see that if the positive terminal of the battery is connected to the holder and the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the base terminal of the bulb, as it is shown in the circuit C. So positive terminal is connected to the holder and the negative terminal to the bulb. So we have connected both the terminals and both the terminals of an electric cell and a bulb in a proper direction, in a proper position, and the flow of current is from positive to negative terminal is easily available, so the bulb will glow. The fourth point is that if we connect the positive terminal of the battery connected to the base terminal and negative terminal of the battery is connected to the holder, so again both the terminals are of an electric bulb and an electric cell is on the proper positions, so the flow of current is possible here and the bulb will glow in this case also. Electric circuits. Electric current is the combination of a battery, connecting wires and device to be operated, for example a bulb. So if we consider about the electric circuit, so this is basically a combination of components that allow the electric current to flow, and these components may be a battery, an electric cell, connecting wires, and the device that is to be operated. And let me take the example of a bulb. So it will be a complete circuit that allows the transfer of electrons and that allows the flow of current. So this is known as the electric circuit. So batteries are storehouses of the charges. So electricity is the flow of charge from these batteries. However, electricity can flow only when a complete path of connections exist between these two terminals of the battery. So the path that exists complete connection between the two terminals of the battery is basically known as electric circuit. So an electric circuit is a combination of electric components. We say that a battery or a electric cell that is connected in a manner from a closed path for the flow of electric current through them is known as electric circuit. If the path of the electric circuit is not closed, then there will be no flow of current because it is incomplete circuit. In a circuit A and B, the current does not flow through the filament as both terminals are attached at the same point. So now you can see figure 13.8 on page 136 of your textbook. You have figure 13.8 that shows the direction or the flow of current. In this again we have seen that we can see that both the wires, connecting wires, are attached to the same terminal. In the first one, both the connecting wires are attached to the metallic tip of the bulb, and in the second one, both the connecting wires are attached to the metallic base of the bulb. So as we have discussed earlier, that this type of circuits are of no use. They have no electric circuit connections proper position, so they cannot make flow of current easy. So when a complete electric circuit is connected across a battery, there is a flow of charges which constitute the movement of current from the positive terminal of the battery toward the negative terminal. So in an electric circuit, the direction of flow of current is always taken from the positive terminal to the negative terminal of the battery. So if that type of direction or the flow of current is possible, then the circuit will be usable, and if there is no proper connection or if there is a gap in between the connection, so there is no flow of current. So conventionally, the direction of the flow of current is opposite to the direction of the flow of negatively charged electron. Only when current passes through the filament of the bulb, it glows, and if no current passes through the filament of the bulb, it does not glow and does not give us light. So in circuit A and B that are shown in the figure 13.6, if we trace the path of the current flow, one finds that current does not flow through the filament, so it does not glow. So in case C and D, current does not flow the filament as both the terminals are not at proper place. Bulb will not glow if there is a break in the path flow of the current due to any reason. In this circuit, you can see that the wire is connected to the positive terminal, that is connecting wire, and to the metallic tip of the bulb, and the second connecting wire is connected to the metallic holder or the metallic base of the bulb. So till this stage the connection is available, the connection is at proper place. But when you see at the negative terminal of the battery, the wire is not connected. So such type of circuits are known as open circuit, and it does not allow the flow of current. A bulb is said to be fused when its filament is broken. If the filament of the bulb is broken due to any reason, for example, a bulb is fused when its filament is broken, and this will stop the flow of the current in the circuit and the bulb will not glow. The filament may be broken due to high temperature or maybe electricity fluctuation. So this type of bulb, if fused, it will also a gap in the electric circuit and no current will flow through it. Okay students, this is end of the lesson. So you have to learn all the important points and important definitions and look at the diagrams to have the more elaboration of the topic and learn the topic and all the important definitions. Allah Hafiz.